Okay, hey y'all. I finally finished my zombie deck. And it's traditional zombie deck. You've got the Zrats, zombie dread knights, Zrats wills, all the zombies, stuff like that. I think I've said so much about the deck at this point that I don't really need to go into specific card choices. There's a couple things I do want to touch on. Like there's a couple Alolan Necreum zombie decks that play cards like Relic Hunter, which is a very strong card. I think it's quite good in this deck, but I just don't have Relic Hunters yet. So I may try to work towards those if I can't manage to 4-0, and I'll try to work towards this deck like as I plan the events and get booster packs from the from 2-2ing or whatever. I'll be able to steadily grow my collection that way. So let's just go ahead and jump into round one. Okay, looks like round one is against Wrath of Croft, which I believe he's playing Dinos because I've played against him before on my other account. Looks like he's playing Relic Hunters though, which is generally tend to be more what's that called? Deck called Ortec. So I've never actually played the zombies deck. I wanted to I actually avoided playing it because I obviously have the cards on my other account, right? But I didn't want to play it because I figured, most people would build a deck and not know what they're doing. They wouldn't just be able to like build the deck and have like several games of experience with it, and they'd be able to 4-0. So I wanted to like learn the deck as I went on. But this hand's not too great. I think I'm probably gonna play Direhound and Abyssal Brute, maybe Tomb Pillager. Uh, though Tomb Pillager's not that great in rank 1 because you can't banish anything with it. It'd just be a 5/6. So I think I'll play Abyssal Brute in the side lane to give it regen. Then play Direhound over here and shrink the Brimstone Tyrant so he can't Ortec Explosives me. He can still Rage of Cadris, which sucks. But if he does that, I mean, it's probably his best play, for sure. But I can't really play around Rage of Cadris unless I just don't play the Direhound anywhere. And I would rather force him to use Rage than for him to have an Explosives and my Direhound be like in the side lane here. So that he wouldn't, he would just, what the heck, Static Shock? Maybe he's playing some sort of Alyssa version. So now he gets to trample over for 4 and kill my Abyssal Brute. Which sucks. And he gets a play off of his Relic Scout. So I get Leyline Demons, which will be pretty good against him because he's playing a bunch of spells. I guess the best play would be Zombie Titan into Dread Knight. The only question is whether I could play Abyssal Brute into Dread Knight, but the Dread Knight is only 50-50 to grow because the trigger between Abyssal Brute's regen and Zombie Dread Knights is random. So I could block the Brimstone Tyrant. He's already played one Explosives, so he's less likely to have another one. The only question for Zombie Dread Knight is better as an 8/7. I have a 50-50 shot if I play a Brute Dread Knight. I think it's maybe a little better than Zombie Titan. Even though Zombie Titan's one bigger, this gives me a chance to have a large Dread Knight, and I actually did get there. Okay. Hopefully he doesn't have another Explosives, because that would kind of suck. Though he has to be aware. He knows I'm playing Leyline Demon, so he has to be wary of this like Static Shock nonsense he's playing. I only got one Leyline Demon left. And is this another Brimstone Tyrant? No, it's just a Relic Hunter. He Battle Brands my Dread Knight, leveling up an Alyssa. So I was right, he is playing some Alyssa strategy. Okay, so let's go ahead and I could play Tomb Pillager, banish my other Tomb Pillager, because I don't want to draw that again. And then perhaps play Scythe on it to save the Tomb Pillager, kill Brimstone Tyrant, and shrink his Relic Hunter to a 4/4. I think that's better than just playing Relic Hunter, chumping the Tyrant so Tyrant lives, and then play Zombie Titan in the side lane to only be a 7/7. I think that's a little better than my other options. I wanted to remove the Tomb Pillager and Scythe to kill his creature and shrink his Relic Hunter. And I actually drew a Leyline Demon, which is nice because he still has one Relic Scout left and Static Shocks. So if I can manage to get this Leyline Demon into play for free, that would be quite nice. And Zerath Dread Knight is probably what I'm going to be playing here no matter what, in all honesty. So it looks like he's killing my Abyssal Brute with this Relic Hunter, unless he has a really large creature. It's surprising. If he doesn't play a Frostmane Dragon this rank, he will just have no level 2 Frostmane Dragons, which is, I consider it to be like one of the better cards in the deck. Okay, so he's killing my Abyssal Brute and my Tomb Pillager. Super annoying, but it can't do a whole lot about it. I'm just gonna play the Dread Knights Zombie and Zerath Dread Knight of Varna. Ooh, drew level 2 Leyline Demon, that's nice. He can move and like rage me, but if he only has level 1 rages, so he'd have to still trade his Windweaver. Or he just tries to kill it with Static Shock, I imagine. Or nothing? I don't know, nothing seems kind of weird. Okay, so I get the Leyline Demon. I can Zerath's Will Alyssa, so he probably should damage it. I'll just play Abyssal Brute in the mid lane so I can keep pumping my side lane creatures. And then play Zithian Direhound to shrink his Alyssa. I can't Zerath's Will his Alyssa after I shrink it because it's only 3 or less, and Alyssa was at 4. I do prevent a little damage from the Direhound, but not a whole lot since it's only a 6/6. He's probably going to kill my Abyssal Brute, or just kill both of my creatures. That's cool too. Engineered Explosives is a very strong card. Or not Engineered Explosives, what's it called? Ortec Explosives. Engineered Explosives is in Magic. It does something completely different. I imagine it kills both of my creatures here. I can put Abyssal Brute here and then play Tomb Pillager. Is Tomb Pillager better than Dread Knight though? Yeah, because I can exile as Zerath's Will and have a level 3 Tomb Pillager, but then, I don't know, Dread Knight's really strong. I guess it's better to have a large Brute and play Dread Knight to try to kill his Brimstone Tyrant. So if this works, it'll be a 14-12. Okay, that's nice. And it pumps my Abyssal Brute regardless. So he can't kill it with Borean Windweaver, unless of course he has Rage of Kadris or any of the number of nonsense cards his deck plays. And again, I don't know if I'm leveling these cards correctly or whatnot, because I've, again, never really played this deck before. But any chance I can slam Zombie Dread Knight, I think it's probably going to be correct, because it makes my creatures really hard to deal with. He has to pour more and more cards into them. Maybe I should keep these Zerath's Wills around. I can shrink his guys with my Zerath's Will, or my Discordant Strikes, and then steal it with, or kill it with Zerath's Will. He actually has to, like, have a Brimstone Tyrant to make that creature big the turn after he plays it. A Brimstone Tyrant and a Relic Hunter. Unfortunate. He just burn spells his own creature. He leveled up another Alyssa. Alyssa's kind of strong. I guess my best play is probably just to play the... I could play both Dread Knights. That doesn't really do a whole lot. I could play Zerath Dread Knight to pump a Dread Knight. That's probably better than playing Tomb Pillager Dread Knight. This way, I at least get to get a little bit more damage on Alyssa. Though I have to keep chump blocking her, which is really annoying. I'm not really sure how I'm supposed to deal with Alyssa. I haven't played against an Alyssa version before. Usually when I queue up for Constructed, the rare times I actually do it, my opponents usually play dinosaurs. I would like to draw the Leyline Tyrants, or the Leyline Demons. Ugh. Card is gigantic. I guess I just have to keep chump blocking it? I don't know, I can't really afford to take 30. So I could do 8 to it and then up 9. It's still not enough damage. I think I'm just gonna shrink a creature with Dread or Direhound attack, and then play Zerath just to get more damage on it. It's a good thing you didn't put a Relic Scout on this, because I don't know if I'd be able to deal with that. Alyssa with Breakthrough. It seems monstrously difficult to deal with. Firestorm? That card is garbage. I don't even think it's good with Alyssa. Like he just he just killed his creature there for what? To pump Alyssa by 6? That's actually hot garbage. I can play Abyssal Brute in the side lane to make it a 15/15, then play Varna, or sorry, Zrath to make this an 11 power to kill his Alyssa, and level up Zrath instead of playing Leyline Demon. I don't know why he played Firestorm there. His hand must have been really horrible. And I drew a hand of all level 1s. One thing I do like about zombies is you get, at least it's a Leyline Demon, so I can at least put a free creature into play. Master of Elements with Aurotech Explosives. he must be drawing quite poorly. And Leyline Demon went with the regen spot. So that's pretty nice. Unfortunately, my best play is probably Halivzith Tomb Pillager, because Zombie Titan's only a 4/4. And I can Tomb Pillage the Zombie Titan in my deck. Alternatively, I could play Discordant Strike so my Abyssal Brute takes less damage. Is that worth it? Probably. Leveling up Discordant Strike is probably better than dealing 12 damage to him and gaining... Actually, you know what? Dealing damage to him is pretty good. Maybe I just don't play the Tomb Pillager and level the Discordant Strike and deal 12 to him. No, I think playing the Discordant Strike and the Tomb Pillager is probably the play. There's no need to Halivzith him for 12, even though it is, you know, in the falling stages of the game. So Tomb Pillager does not have very much return, because I'm only exiling 1 card, or banishing 1 card here. But my hand wasn't that great, so... If this is Alyssa, that would be very problematic. I'm not sure how I'm going to deal with an Alyssa with Breakthrough. I've only got 25 cards in my deck. I've exiled 5 cards with Tomb Pillager. At least it's not level 3 Alyssa, right? And the armor makes his Firestorms a lot less appealing. Yeah. So I deal some damage to it. Then I play Abyssal Brute in the mid lane. Just a 12/12. I should put it here in case he has Aurotech Explosives. And then Tomb Pillager exiling the other Zombie Titan. Because these Zombie Titans are just kind of garbage now. Okay. It looks like he kind of... there's the other Alyssa. So if he has Relic Hunter Brimstone... I don't know... Okay, he's just killing Abyssal Brute. That's probably fine. Unfortunately, I kind of have to block the Alyssa, and he can move it with his Windweaver, which sucks, but I can't really do anything about that. Playing it in the mid lane, or the side lane, doesn't do anything but force him to move it. If I play Scythe of Chiron, it becomes a 6-power creature, which I still can't will. But I think I play Scythe anyway, because it shrinks his guys, and I get in for 8 extra damage. Plus he can't kill it with Windweaver. And then I'll play Dread Knight over here to pump my Tomb Pillager an extra 6. So he's at 29 now. So if I can draw... He's dead to 2 Halivziths, and I only have 1 in my deck, actually. So if I can deal an extra 13 damage to him, I can kill him with a Halivzith. Okay, so let's see the Brimstone Tyrant, because that'll be pretty good, yeah. Whew, Alyssa's quite large. Okay, so this is -6 attack and -6 health. So what I can do is -6 is Brimstone Tyrant, then play Zerath's Will on it. Give his Alyssa that's not attacking -4 health to shrink that. Then play Zerath's Will on the Tyrant and Dread Knight here to kill his Alyssa. And I do take a bunch of damage from Alyssa. Like if he has 2 burn spells, I actually probably die from him. But I just didn't draw anything to deal with both Alyssas. I could have played the other Discordant Strike, but that wouldn't have really done a whole lot since I would have still had to block the Alyssa in the 5th lane. And what's his play now? I can exile Abyssal Brute. Didn't draw any Leyline Demons, so the Relic Scout kind of sucks. He can't a Brimstone Tyrant because if he does this, Alyssa dies. I don't think he realized that. Alyssa has to actually survive the damage she deals to pump the creature. This hand is not too good. I think I have to play both Dread Knights. Tomb Pillagers didn't really do anything anymore. It's better to chump with large damages than small damage. I'll put Dread Knight over here aggressively to try and get him for some extra damage, because 12 damage I can't really block. He kills my Dread Knight and doesn't kill his Brimstone Tyrant. And if I draw the Howl of Zith, which I didn't, I could have hopefully dealt 14 to him and then killed him with Howl of Zith. But that didn't end up happening. And he Firestorms my creatures. I think Firestorm is actually garbage. I don't know why he's playing it. I mean, I know why he's playing it, because it pumps Alyssa, but that doesn't mean it's good. 12 plus 12 is 24, plus another 3, plus another 6. How much damage? 18 plus 12 is 30. So I can actually kill the Alyssa. That's pretty good. Can I kill the Brimstone Tyrant with this Leyline Demon? I sure can. So at the end of the day, I believe all my creatures live, except for Chiron. And I play the Leyline Demon here to kill his Tyrant, because Abyssal Brute doesn't kill Tyrant. And this gives me 2 creatures on the board. Come on, Howl of Zith. Okay, I drew it. So now I just need to deal damage to him. And if he plays 3 spells this turn, I get to kill him with Leyline Demon. This game would have turned out much differently if... I think a couple things he could have done differently. The first of, if he would have drawn the Relic Hunters, or the Relic Scouts on top of the Alyssas, he would have done so much more extra damage to me, and I would have lost this game pretty closely. But also, if he just doesn't have Firestorm in his deck, I think his deck would be infinitely better. Because a couple times he just played Firestorm and like it didn't do anything else. And it's just not good. Double Leyline Demon for 12 damage. I still need to put in like a couple more damage. But that's very good, because now I can Zerath's Will the Relic Scout if he doesn't block another creature. Yeah, so I Zerath's Will the Relic Scout to kill it. And to get in for an extra 14, then Howl of Zith him. Oh, let's Howl of Zith your face, go to battle, and win the game. Sweet. First game with zombies against a questionable Alyssa deck. And it's a win. So it's pretty good first showing for this deck. Let's go to round 2 and see if I can keep it going.